John White was the founder of the Hawaii Foodbank. His first food drive was in 1989 that became super successful. It brought in 25,000 pounds of food and $5,500 in cash donations.
So I've been with the Hawaii Food Bank for about 3 years now. Actually, it was my 3 years on September 26th.
Ooh, congrats.
Thank you. And what I do with them is I'm the community engagement and volunteer program coordinator, which recently has mostly been just volunteer coordination, especially since the beginning of COVID. There really hasn't been too many community events to be involved with, just because a lot of people are kind of limiting the amount of fairs and things that we're doing out in the community, trying to limit the crowds and things. So it's really a lot of volunteer coordination, making sure that we have recruited volunteers for our events, our distributions at the warehouse, making sure that people are meeting the requirements, whether it be just a minimum age or right now we're also requiring that all volunteers at the warehouse are vaccinated and that they can meet the physical requirements as well. In a typical year, we have like fundraiser events too that I'll help recruit volunteers for. And so since graduating college, I worked with nonprofit organizations. I actually did AmeriCorps, where I worked with literacy programs in a middle school and then in elementary school. And one thing I always saw was they were all like Title I schools. So a lot of the students they qualified for free or reduced lunch. And a lot of times, like the kids, depending on what it was, sometimes they wouldn't eat it or things like that. Or I know that like maybe that would be their only meal for the day, some of them. So hunger always kind of like tugged on my heart. Yeah, so right now, the numbers are currently we're seeing about a 60% increase in need. At the beginning of COVID, it was a lot higher. And you could really kind of just like see the like cars lining up for our supplemental distributions. So kind of when COVID hit March 2020 last year, we started ramping up our just what we were planning on doing, just because we knew that the current network that we had in place wouldn't be able to support the increase in need. So the Hawaii Food Bank, we work with about 200 partner agencies, and that's how we get the food out. But once COVID hit, we started holding supplemental distributions. And then in the beginning, we were doing them twice a week, and they were serving about 4,000 households for each distribution. And then we started moving to pop-up distributions, which was just once a week. And now that most people have returned, we've stopped doing that, and we've really tried to integrate everybody else into or anyone who's still looking for food assistance back into our partner network, so they can attend their Ohana distributions or pantries, because it's going to be a shorter line, and typically it'll be a lot closer to anywhere where the like Aloha Stadium only. Or ask you a question: why did you choose kind of the issue of hunger and the food banks for your research project?
Well, it was just something that I've experienced in the past. And so my mom was really sick for a long time. She was in the hospital for like 3 months, and my dad wasn't working. And so I know that feeling of being hungry and being a kid and not really like just feeling hopeless and helpless because, we just can't work and we just go to school. And the school that I was going to, it's just so limited on what they can do to help. And so because I went to school in Indiana's like, not to say that it's, a Republican state, it is a Republican state, but like there isn't much help there. There wasn't a lot of help. And so, I understand what it feels like to be hungry and also to, seek out like food banks that were not in Indiana, but in Chicago, our neighboring state. And so we would have to drive and like pick up food. And in a way, I kind of felt like embarrassed at first, but then afterwards I was like, actually, this is really nice, and I'm very appreciative. I'm very blessed that I was able to experience that because now I can, relate to other people.
Hi guys, so we're here at the Hawaii Foodbank, and today is going to be a great day. Through a functionalist approach, we can help the communities facing hunger by volunteering. Through an interactionist approach, I've met with my buildings manager and asked to form a food collection before Thanksgiving. It worked out very well. Through conflict theory, the Hawaii Foodbank is raising awareness for people to help with monetary and food donations that can be made online, volunteerism, and spreading awareness on social media.
Hi, my name is William. I work here I volunteer here at the Hawaii Food Bank, and I come here maybe once a week to help out my community and give back a little bit.
Thank you.